Hello, everybody. Anson Cooley, Synergy Credit Union Consulting. I'm just sitting here getting ready for the week, looking at some of my clients' financials, just preparing for some conversations. And I was looking at one of them, and I noticed that one of my clients in particular had an allowance balance that seemed a little high to me. It's sitting at like 1.75, and it seemed a little high based on the amount of charge-offs and past dues currently in their portfolio. And so I went into their numbers and wanted to do a very cursory, quick and dirty allowance validation. All right. So this isn't anything empirical, so don't get all grumpy about it. But this is what I do. Essentially, I take a line graph and I lay out their current allowance balance over a couple of years. All right. So let me move this out of the way. And so if you have the allowance balance on your line chart, all right, and then you have your charge-offs, all right, so if they're moving along, well, let me get myself together here. All right, so essentially, if you have enough in your allowance, the charge-offs should never peak above your allowance balance if you have a good estimate or your assumptions are being made right. All right, your allowance should never be overtaken by the charge-offs unless you have something really unexpected, some unexpected large loss in your portfolio. Conversely, all right, if you have your allowance balance and your charge-offs are way down here, and over the last 5, 6, 7 years, your charge-offs aren't even coming close to your allowance balance, you may be overfunded. Okay. And so that's one of the reasons why you do back testing on your allowance. And so in this next portion of the video, that's what I discuss. If you like us to take a look at your interest rate risk model or your allowance model or even your BSA model, give me a shout. We'll give it a gander. Interesting. Your allowance for loan and lease losses is high, but that's relative to the amount of risk in your portfolio. All right, you got an allowance sitting at 1.75. Let's see let's do a quick and dirty model validation situation here. Let's look at this. All right. So this is just something that for you all, whoever's listening, take a look at. All right. The blue line is your net charge-offs. All right. The red line is your allowance. The space between the blue line and red line could be, hear me out on this, could be the amount in which your allowance is overfunded. Meaning, it looks like in 2013, it's been 8 years, was the last time when your allowance did not have enough in it to cover the losses. Since then, though, look at the space between the blue line and the red line. You could legitimately take this red line and drop it down, and these blues wouldn't hit it. I'm just curious. I don't know all the information. I don't know why y'all keeping 175 in y'all allowance, but I would want to see the methodology to see whether or not y'all might be overfunded. So now I'm going to show you another review that I just finished up where the credit union is doing a better job of making assumptions in their allowance, in their estimate, and they're able to keep the allowance balance just above where their charge-offs are. And so they're not over allocated. When you over allocate your allowance, that's money that could be going to supplement your capital. And in my opinion, I would rather have a strong capital ratio than a bloated ALLL any day, in my opinion, because that's a stronger argument to make when you look at your risks in your credit risk, your liquidity risk, your interest rate risk, all these different things in relationship to your capital. All right. So take a look at this other credit union, and then the video will be done. Yeah, y'all look solid. Nothing's jumping out to me, and y'all do a good job. Look at that. Oh, I love that right there. This is beautiful to me. This kind of stuff is beautiful. Like basically what I'm seeing here is a group of individuals that know how to do good assumptions in their allowance. Because you see where this red line is your allowance balance. The blue line is your charge-offs. Y'all keep it real close, but then also you don't see this blue line jumping above your allowance, meaning your charge-offs aren't overtaking your allowance, but also you're not over allocating. Okay. There was a period when y'all looked like y'all had an issue, right? And you had a lot in your allowance, but since then you've brought that down. So overall, I don't see any issues.
Synergy Credit Union Consulting, where strategy meets implementation. In today's tough economic environment, with compressed margins and increasing regulation, financial institutions are trusting Synergy's advisory services to manage risk and eliminate hurdles. We're not just another vendor. We grow with you, we evolve with you, and we deliver true value for the long term. Synergy provides a suite of risk management services, including compliance, loan review, internal audit, and pre- and post-exam consulting. We believe better results come through Synergy. Our think tank comprises ex-bank examiners, auditors, appraisers, attorneys, risk managers, and other specialists that work collaboratively to add value to your organization. Let us help you avoid surprises and minimize risk. And at the same time, we'll increase your budget flexibility so you can scale up or down based on your volume and optimize your ROI. Synergy is the advisory firm financial institutions trust to manage risk and optimize performance. Find out today what Synergy can do for your organization. It's accessibility and credibility you can count on.